Good morning to our dear panelists. I am Julia Aurelio together with
Armand Dominic Loceres.
And I'm Alessandra Nicole V. Tolentino. We are the 5th group from grade 11 STEM B St. Martha.
Cleansing for health. Investigating the influence of hygiene practices on individual well-being. Hygiene practices are mainly about keeping you and your environment clean and preventing illnesses and diseases to keep on spreading. Hygiene practices are well known for cleaning, disinfecting, sanitation, and sterilization. This research pertains to how and why hygiene practices keep an individual clean and healthy. In other words, these are the behaviors that help improve one's environment clean and lead one to good health. The researchers conducted this research to illustrate how hygiene practices can influence an individual's well-being.
And as for our group, our general problem is how does SFAC Bacoor junior and senior high school students' perception towards hygiene practices influence their own well-being? The perception of hygiene practices among the SFAC Bacoor junior and senior high school students is an important topic to address, as it can greatly influence their overall well-being. Maintaining good hygiene practices such as washing your hands, promoting the use of masks in crowded areas, and maintaining cleanliness in their surroundings can help prevent such bacteria and promote good health too. At the same time, it can also play a key role in supporting the emotional and social well-being of the students. A clean and healthy environment promotes feelings of comfort and safety in students, which in turn can help them focus and concentrate better on their studies. On the other hand, poor hygiene practices can have adverse effects on students' health and well-being. Exposure to germs can lead to illnesses and absenteeism from school, causing missed opportunities for learning and growth. The main objective of this research is to help teenagers to understand the importance of hygiene in relation to their overall well-being, with the aim of broadening their perspective on the matter.
So now let's proceed to the research questions and its objectives. Research questions and objectives are essential components in the planning and implementation of a research study. Research question number 1. Do you have knowledge of various hygiene practices? To assess the level of knowledge and awareness among individuals regarding of a range of hygiene practices, including their familiarity with recommended guidelines for health and well-being. Several hygienic habits that we might follow on a regular basis. Some examples are washing hands, using hand sanitizer, and cleaning and disinfecting surfaces. In addition to promoting proper hygiene, these actions can stop the spread of illness and infection. Research question number 2. How do individuals perceive and prioritize various hygiene practices in their daily lives? To explore and understand the perception and priorities that individuals assign to different hygiene practices as part of their daily routines, including the factors that influence these perceptions, depending on their particular views, cultural background, and way of life. People may prioritize and see cleanliness habits differently. Some people might believe that the best ways to stop the transmission of germs and diseases are to wash your hands frequently and clean your surfaces. Research question number 3. What are the specific behavioral patterns and routines that individuals adopt in the realm of hygiene? And how do these patterns align with or deviate from recommended guidelines for health and well-being? To document the specific behavioral patterns and routines that individuals follow in the context of hygiene, with the focus on how these practices align with or diverge from established guidelines for maintaining health and well-being. One example of this is regular hand washing. Many individuals make it a habit to wash their hands with soap and water before eating, after using the restroom, and after coming into contact with something polluted or unclean. Therefore, hand washing contributes to preserving personal hygiene and preventing the spread of illness, which is in keeping with advised criteria for health and well-being. Research question number 4. What recommendations and insights can individuals provide for promoting effective hygiene practices that contribute to improved well-being both on the individual and community levels? To gather valuable recommendations, insights, and suggestions from individuals regarding the strategies and initiatives that can be implemented to enhance the effectiveness of hygiene practices and their positive impact on well-being at both individual and community levels. One instance of it is regularly clean and disinfect surfaces. Some numerous surfaces, including phones, handrails, and doorknobs, can harbor bacteria. Disinfection and cleaning of such surfaces on a regular basis helps stop the spread of illness and viruses. To summarize, research questions are employed to pinpoint and investigate specific research issues, whereas objectives are employed to gauge the results of a project. Both are crucial steps in the research process and can support the creation of efficient study plans and research techniques.
Moving on to methodology. Qualitative research gathers participants' experiences, perceptions, and behaviors. The design is qualitative because the researchers will study the perceptions of the SFAC junior and senior high school students on hygiene practices. Phenomenological research studies lived experiences to gain deeper insights into how people understand those experiences. Phenomenology seeks to explain the nature of things through the way people experience them. The sampling method that the researchers will use is simple random sampling. It is a sampling technique in which each member of a population has an equal chance of being chosen through the use of an unbiased selection method.
As for the data gathering and limitation, data gathering. To commence the process of collecting data, the researchers will first seek permission from the principal of St. Francis of Assisi College, Bacoor campus, and the parents of the respondents for a formal letter that outlines the study's goals. It will be noted that every participant in this survey will be treated importantly with respect. Researchers will be guaranteeing that no prejudice will be displayed towards the participants. After that, using an interviewing technique, in each respondent's rooms, the participant will be informed by the researchers that they have the option to decline the interview prior to the interview, ensuring that the participants are aware that their involvement in the study is voluntary and that they can withdraw at any moment is imperative. And this is another crucial step in the process. The researchers stress that they will treat every volunteer with dignity and make sure that they are not subjected to discrimination at any point during the procedure. After gathering all the data, the researchers will carefully examine, evaluate, and interpret in order to derive insightful findings for their investigation. As for the limitations of the study, the constraint of a study on hygiene behaviors can differ based on the particular research design and methods. However, the following limitations are typically as should be recognized by the researchers. One example in this bias in self-reporting. Participants may underreport their cleanliness habits as a result of social desirability, bias, or a failure to recognize their own actions. This study will safely and solely focus on St. Francis of Assisi College, Bacoor campus, junior and senior high school students. Perception towards hygiene practices. The influence of the factors and how it benefits them, rather than a close study of how the students practice hygiene practice.
In data analysis, In vivo coding provides accurate and raw results owing to the fact that the gathered data are the exact interpretations of the participants. The researchers will transcribe the participants' actual words to create codes. So how does in vivo coding differ from other data analysis approaches? Another approach example is descriptive coding. Descriptive coding is a first-cycle method of coding that involves reading through qualitative data and coding passages according to topic. The descriptive codes are often in the form of a noun and summarizes the topic of the data. In short, descriptive summarizes and in vivo uses exact words by the participants. To ensure the accuracy of the analysis, the researchers will use the content validity ratio, or also known as CVR, as a validation to verify the outcome and analysis of the data.
The respondents are students from St. Francis of Assisi College, with a total of 20 students. The participants in this study are grade 7 to 11 students, ages 12 to 17, junior high school students, and senior high school students, majoring in ABM, Cubes, TVL, and GAS. The respondents' characteristics align perfectly in this study as they will provide the most accurate information as they are involved in the influences of hygiene practices on individual well-being. They are also the ones who lack hygiene practices. Through these participants, they can spread awareness of the importance of proper hygiene practices.